I am Anita of Magic Connect Podcast, and wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a marvelous day. And if you're seeing this show for the very first time and you like the show, please subscribe, like, and share, and hit that notification bell so when an episode comes out, you'll be the first to know. Well, I'm telling you, I don't know about you, but I have been fed by Harry and Meghan. I am good. My cup has runneth over, and if you know, you know. But I have some notes here, and because this couple, they've been so busy, it's hard to keep up, and I'm going to try to. Um, you guys didn't hear from me sooner because I had went to the dentist and I had to take care of some dental situation, but I'm good. Okay, so anyway, so first of all, they said that Harry and Meghan had their date night when they got to Austin, Texas, and they had it at Soho House, and you know what Soho House means to them. Okay, Soho House is all over the United States, and there are, I think, a few branches in England and Canada. And initially, when Harry and Meghan went out on their first date, where did they go? They went to a Soho House that is private and exclusive, honey. Okay, maybe someday I will be able to go to a Soho House. I don't know how, but they say you have to be a member for you to join Soho House, or for you to go, and partake into whatever event they have there, or to go to the restaurants. But that's okay. You gotta keep hope alive. Okay. Look, Meghan married a prince. Okay. She married a prince, so you definitely have to keep hope alive. So that's the first thing they did. Then after they went to the South by Southwest conference, I'll talk about that more a little later, but I just want to touch on all the things that they did. It's like short, and the Southwest conference is a little longer. But after that, they made a surprise visit at a barbecue pit, and I think that restaurant is called La Barbecue. Yes, I posted something on that, and they enjoyed the barbecue. They said it was the best barbecue they had there. Oh my child, Texas is known for its barbecue, so I can just imagine how good it was. And everywhere they go, people are saying the same thing about them. They're saying how they are such nice and warm people. So I don't know what experience did the UK have with Harry and Meghan, but the general consensus is that everywhere Harry and Meghan goes, they're saying that they are just the most gracious set of people. So that these people over there, Meghan did say on the panel that she was bullied, and we've been seeing the bullying, so they will never, ever, ever have anything good to say about Meghan. But that's good. She's thriving. Okay. So, and then they went to this place that they posted on Sussex.com. They did went to this place, the Welcome Project, and there's one in San Antonio, and that's in Texas too. Man, the United States is such a big place. So they were, at that center where they, mingled with the people. Meghan and Harry did some cooking there, and that center is a place where there's like a community for these Afghan immigrant women where they could come together and share stories, as well as do some cooking and art and sewing and so on. So they're kept busy, and and stuff like that. They could develop some type of friendship and camaraderie in these places, just like what happens in the Invictus Games. These ladies, they've been through a lot, and they're immigrants, and they don't know people here. They're just coming in, and it's nice to have a place that they can go to and make some friends, and find something to do in the meantime while probably they get their things together, like their green card, and go to school and get jobs and what have you, and build a new life here in the United States. So they went to that, and they posted pictures of their visit on their website, Sussex.com. Go there. There's a lot of information there. Everything that you hear me talk about, everything that you see out there, it's already on Sussex.com. So they did a lot. The next thing they did went to one of the families that that was, oh gosh, every time I think about the Robb Elementary School and the 19 kids that were killed there and the 2 teachers, it's so heartbreaking. And yes, and the story is so sad, but Meghan had went to Uvalde and to show her respect or pay her respect for those who lost their lives in that massacre, and she remained friends with the family of one of the teachers that was so heroic that got killed. And they've been communicating for a while, and Harry and Meghan visited them while they were in Texas, and you could see the celebration that they had. I think it was the sisters' birthday, and the sister of the deceased birthday, and they were singing happy birthday to her.
Forever. Yes. Okay, here we go. Ready? Sorry.
Hold it.
Everyone's singing too. Just you first, and then we'll go after.
1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cloud.
And you can just see how Harry and Meghan made themselves at home, and I think the nephew of the sister, he showed pictures that they had taken out with the family and so on, and they were really stoked about it. They were so happy, that Harry and Meghan actually came to their home. Okay, so I just love how Harry and Meghan not only talk the talk, they walk the walk. They're humble, they go to people's homes, they're interactive people. Meghan is a big hugger, and stuff like. They feel the people describe them as being lovely, warm, so sweet and kind, and everywhere they go they bring that love and joy with them. So that was really nice to hear. So there's a saying, they kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Oh my, they didn't kill 2 birds, they killed several birds with 1 stone. Being in Texas, they literally went so many places in Texas while they were there. And the next one now is the South by Southwest conference, an amazing conference with an amazing group of women. And let me just get the name of it. It was called Breaking Barriers, Shaping Narratives, How Women Lead on and Off the Screen. And before that, Harry and Meghan supported a research by Gina Davis Foundation and Moms First, and the data that came out of that was just astonishing, in the sense that the percentage of what we see in terms of the different ethnic groups on television seems to be one-sided. It is not a true representation of what we see in our everyday lives and in our communities and so on. Also too, there was a piece of the data that showed that the breadwinners on these shows that they were watching as television shows that they got the data from, the breadwinners were typically the men, and based on what we see in certain communities, the women are the breadwinners. And when people see those types of things, they tend to say or think that, oh, it's men that's doing it, where 44% of women, as the data said, of women income also contribute to the household as well. And somebody that's watching that and that really holds the purse string would be inclined not to pay a woman as equally as a man, believing that, well, she's not the breadwinner, she doesn't contribute to the income of the home, and it's the man, and so on. So it's just a wrong representation in general. There was also other data talking about, how homes look so perfect on television, like it's just being cleaned in an invisible way, or it just magically gets clean. And that is not true in real life. In real life, homes are normally messy because, there are children, parents are working, for these long shifts, mothers are, taking the children to daycare, having to deal with homework, clean the house. So it doesn't normally or it doesn't really or normally look like what we see on television. So that's just why they say those types of representation are so skewed. They also talked about how children on television shows, they look like they're magically taken care of, or mystically taken care of, whereas it's not the same for, parents or moms in general. Daycare is a hardship. Finding good daycare is very difficult, and it seems like on these shows, the child just magically gets taken care of. Nobody knows what happens to the children or who's taking care of them or whatever, and they don't show the struggles of real life. So those are the misrepresentation that they pointed out to in that data. Also too, they talked about women looking so beautiful and well adorned and visually pleasing and what have you, and in real life it's not like this. Women don't get up looking like that. They don't even know how to put their makeup on, and and stuff like that. So that sends a wrong message, and it tends to cause women themselves to judge themselves based on what they're seeing. Also, they talked about the representation of women on television. They appear to be white, they appear to be thin, they appear to be attractive, and so on. And it's not what, it's not the model for the real world. So all of those things they talked about in the data. Also too, in the conversation with these dynamic women, and I will be talking a lot about Meghan, but I don't want to discredit the women in them that were on the panel, because they were like incredible. We're talking about people like Katie Couric that was on the panel. We're talking about Brooke Shields. We know Brooke Shields, as an actress, and the Calvin Klein jeans commercials that she's done. But she really blew me away. I never ever thought that she had so much depth. I never thought that she was so articulate. And if it wasn't for Meghan, you would not, or I would not be exposed to all of that. Also too, you had I think is Nancy Wang Yin. I don't know if I'm really pronouncing her name properly, but she was a sociologist professor, and now she's into something else. I can't remember exactly what it is, but she was on the panel, and the panel was moderated by Erin Haynes, and you probably have seen Erin Haynes many times before that, and I think she used to be on NBC or CNBC. She was always a panelist on these shows talking about the daily events and politics and whatever is going on in the world. She is very, very smart, very diverse in her knowledge and so on. So she was a great person to have as a panelist. For a matter of fact, I loved how she conducted or moderated the panel. Like every time somebody said something, she sort of like summarized it and before moving on to the next question. So she literally acknowledged what they said and then moved on to the next question or the next person that she wanted to ask a question to. So it was just dynamic, and but I will be focusing on Meghan because obviously my podcast is based on Meghan and amplifying she and Harry's cousins. So there were a lot of things that Meghan said that resonated, and it's just incredible how honest and credible and how much integrity Meghan has. Here we are talking about women, in front and behind the screen, and women in general and stuff like that, and how we can mobilize them and support them and what have you. But Meghan called out women, and when she talked about equal opportunity and equity and so on, she is the same expectations that she has for men, she has the same expectations for women. And Prince Harry, of course, was front and center, watching his wife. Okay, I just could imagine how proud he was, and he was just, they showed some pictures of him, and he was just smiling, clapping, and what have you. And yes, and Meghan even made a wink at him. I caught that. I saw that. She winked at him. Oh my goodness. These two are too much. It's either, and that was another thing again they said when she, before singing Happy Birthday, she was looking around for Harry in Uvalde at the Garcia family's home, and she was looking around for him, and then she called him my love. Okay, so these two are too much. They're too much for me. But yes, so I just want to go through some of the things. I listed them here that Meghan talked about on the panel. She really talked about social media, and she said that she's, staying off social media because it is just really toxic and it's best for her mental health. And she also mentioned that social media was the place that she received most bullying, and the bullying that she received were when she was pregnant with Archie, and when she was pregnant with Lily, and when she had young babies. And the way she said it, she said she just cannot fathom how people could be so hateful.
The bulk of the bullying and abuse that I was experiencing in social media and online was when I was pregnant with Archie and with Lily and with a newborn with each of them. And you just think about that, and to really wrap your head around why people would be so hateful. It's not catty, it's cruel. In the digital space and in certain sectors of the media, we have forgotten about our humanity. And that has got to change, because I understand there's a bottom line, and I understand that a lot of money is being made there. But even if it's making dollars, it doesn't make sense.
And yes, and she talked about even moms going on social media and, finding out that, literally it's an illusion out there. You're going to seek help, and then instead of coming out whole, you're coming out even worse and more harmed than, prior to looking into social media. She did also, which I like about her, she didn't just condemn social media. She did say it has its pros and cons, not in those words, but she did mention that the fact that the show that they're on was going to be broadcast via this network or this platform, which was YouTube. And she did call out the channel for having so many pages. She used the word pages, but it's so many pages that are used to bully and to, attack other women, and particularly she said women attacking other women. She said that in particular.
Site, and at the same time, it's a platform that has quite a bit of hate and rhetoric and incentivizes people to create pages where they can churn out very, very inciting comments and conspiracy theories that can have a tremendously negative effect on someone's mental health.
And she did say that a lot of these platforms, they are run by women, and they allow this type of behavior to go rampant and don't do anything about it. So she did call out women in these two ways: being in position to of power to stop or to advocate for women, and to curtail those behaviors. So she called them out on that front, and she also called them out on the fact that they're the one that is terrorizing, that is bullying other women. So it's really equal opportunity. I'm telling you, if she sees something, she's not going to be afraid to call it out. She'll call it out, even though she's fought for women all her life. She just calls it as it is and speaks the truth. And that is, to me, that says a lot about who she is as a person. Also, she talked about representation, and I always say as a teacher that is very important. Right now there is a big push for culturally responsive teaching, and culturally responsive teaching is children literally seeing themselves in some of the lessons that are being taught in school, giving them an opportunity to believe that they can be. And that's the very much thing that Meghan was saying, that if you don't see it, you cannot believe it. So it's important that there's representation for, and they were talking about moms, but in general, I could see in general that you need to have representation out there so that you too can aspire to become something because you've seen it. And if this person did it, then you will believe that you can do it yourself. Okay, so that's what she said, and I agree with her 100%.
I've said this for so many years, and I hope that it starts to land, but I think we can all agree that representation matters in terms of if you're a young girl and you see yourself in a position of power or strength or leadership, you can believe that that is possible. If you look out on the screen or you look out in the world and you see no one that looks like you, it is incomprehensible for most people to imagine that they can have that level of success or joy or strength, whatever it may be. And the key thing that I think needs to be focused on in terms of equity is that it's not a zero-sum game. Just because someone else has the same advantage that you do doesn't mean that you're losing anything. And it actually creates an environment that is so fair, but also inclusive, where people feel as though they have a seat at the table, as they should.
People are watching, and as I said, what they're seeing, it looks far-fetched. It doesn't look plausible. It doesn't look attainable. And things have to change in order for for people to be able to have access and to build up people's self-esteem and so on. And even in the report for that Gina Davis and Moms First did, that Harry and Meghan funded, part of it they funded, they talked about some ways that what we see on television that doesn't represent us can be changed. They give some ideas to the producers and so on of these television channels and platforms, or whoever is producing what. They give them some suggestion. They give suggestions to writers and so on, and then they did give suggestions to the moms out there, what they could do and so on to help themselves. And and Meghan did talk about finding support in your community and in your friends and stuff like that. But I love also too that Meghan pointed out that that she's coming from a place of privilege.
I'm fortunate in that amongst the privileges that I have in my life, I have an incredible partner. My husband is such a hands-on dad and such a supporter of me and our family, and that I don't take for granted. That is a real blessing.
And the last time she talked about, women not being able to access the necessities in life, the things that they need. She came under a lot of fire for that because they refer to her as being privileged. But the thing about it is that Meghan is in a position to amplify certain things that if she was just a regular person, nobody would be hearing. There's a saying, to whom much is given, much should be returned. So she has seen her mother struggle. She didn't just come up like that and, have, everything that she has, the millionaire that she is right now. It didn't just happen overnight. She has been through her struggles. She's seen her mother struggle. She's seen her grandmother struggle. She's seen members of her community struggle. She worked very hard to be where she is today. And it is unfair to expect that she should be voiceless, that she shouldn't be able to speak. And she acknowledged that she has Harry and she has the support, that supportive end of things that to help her and stuff like that. But there's most of the times moms, especially in the urban areas, they're doing it by themselves. Okay, they're doing it by themselves and they're doing it with very little. So it was nice for her to acknowledge, that she's, coming from privilege and stuff like that. And it is, and that is excellent because then it takes away all the judgment. She's telling you this is what it is, but that doesn't mean that she cannot speak up for others. She has the platform. People are listening to her, and yes, I think that's the right thing for her to do. That's our girl Meghan. So a lot happened. I didn't bring the video right away. Well, not video, but I didn't bring the discussion right away because I didn't get to see it fully. I was at work. I came from work very late because I had some stuff to do. I came from work very late, and the Southwest, they posted it. I think only yesterday they posted it. And the video itself of the session, they posted it, and I wanted to see it from top to bottom, and I wanted, and in that way I would have made sense of it. I would have seen it in a holistic way. But I was really and truly impressed with all of these ladies. Brooke Shields, she really surprised me. I wasn't expecting that from her. Katie Couric was just brilliant. She spent her lifetime being on stage talking. She was just sitting there, giving some anecdotes of, her experiences on her, on the show that she did with Brian Gumbel at NBC. And it was, she gave some juicy details, and I'm sure a lot of people weren't happy, but she called them out. And yes, Nancy Wang Yen, she did talk about, the way that professors are being targeted on campuses, and she herself had to leave her professor job, and she's doing something else right now because of bullying herself. And Brooke Shields is doing a lot out there, and so on. And by the way, happy birthday in advance to one of the greatest feminists ever to live, Gloria Steinem. Her birthday is coming up. She's going to be 90 something. I don't know if it's 92 or 96, but Meghan calls her Glow. And I will never forget when I went down to that award show, the Miss, I can't remember, the Miss something award show. And Gloria was coming into the show. And I started saying, Gloria, Gloria. And I said one or two things, and she literally stopped, put her hand on her heart, and she mouthed something. I told her thank you for being a mentor to Meghan, and she put her hand on her heart, and she literally stopped and said something, and that was like so nice. Oh my God, there's Gloria. Oh my goodness, an icon. You see it. You're blocking me. Oh, an icon.
We love you, Gloria.
Gloria. Hello, Gloria. We love you. We love you, Gloria. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe what I am seeing.
Hi, Gloria.
Hi, Gloria.
Gloria, we love you.
We love you. Thanks for being Meghan's mentor. Thanks for being Meghan's mentor. We love you. We love you. We adore you. Thanks for everything that you have done. Oh my goodness, my day. She could have just walked in, but here she is. She literally stopped. That was just the icing on the cake. And it seems like Brooke Shields have a relationship with her because she related something that that Gloria had told her one time, and then Meghan also mentioned Gloria. She calls her Glow, and so on. So yes, and Meghan was dynamic and always just well spoken, always puts her words and them together, and just very articulate woman, knows what to say, when to say it, and she has the knowledge. A lot of people had a lot to say about her, but she has a lot of knowledge. She is in a position to speak the way she's speaking, and we love her for it. So that's all for now. Thank you so much. Thanks for listening. I'm truly appreciative of your time. Make sure to hit the like button, and see you in the next video. Oh yes, I'm going to be covering Meghan's style. I think that would be nice to do. Okay, bye. I don't know why I had my hand in my pocket like that. Okay, bye. I'm getting too comfortable. Yes, I felt really comfortable. I had my hand in my pocket. I never took it out. Okay, so take care, everybody, and bye.